Welcome back to Boring. All right. Welcome back to Cricket for Americans. Nick here.
Gabe, the Night Watchman.
And we are here ready, willing, and able to check out another video for another episode of
Cricket
Wicket Tuesday.
And Nick, I got to say, I'm wearing my Caribbean colors here, right? Because I am super excited for this one. One, because I share the name, okay, no relation, of Brian Lara, the last name Lara, obviously. And two, because I'm from the Caribbean, all right? We're kinfolk, we're people. I've actually looked it up. I got to take one of those 23andMe's and stuff, because if it turns out that we are related, Nick, somewhere way down the line, he's gonna have to come on the channel. Just say it. Just say it. But
tickets in the Brian Lara box. There's got to be one of those around there somewhere.
It's all that, cousin, all that. And you know, we're also excited because we're hopefully getting out to Florida to see the West Indies take on, you know, the mighty, all right, India. My gosh, that squad is disgusting. They could put together like three.
You're already mushing them.
Oh, it just. But you know what, Nick? We got to see history last time we were down in Florida. We saw USA beat Ireland, right? A full Test Nation team, and anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? And this is back when Brian Lara's the glory days of the West Indies. Not quite the Four Horsemen. We're not talking about those glory days, but this was one of the last of the Mohicans, so to speak. One of the last great West Indians to really leave a mark in the game. And I'm super excited to go ahead and check out this video. Obviously, you know, there's other greats, you know, Viv Richards, guys like that. But I guess like Brian Lara feels like he's the most recent, right?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, there's got to be some greats since him, right? I mean, there's got to be, one can make an argument for Jason Holder. I don't think he's reached that status yet. But, I mean, he's been all over the place in all formats.
Yes, he's the greatest. He's one of the greatest all-rounders in the world right now. But he's not like a legend. He's not legendary status yet, like Viv Richards and Brian Lara. I mean, guys like that, you know, it's like saying Coley. You know what I mean, bro? You got a museum somewhere already. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I mean? Just Sashin. You know what I mean? Write it up, bro. You go. I guarantee you, Brian Lara walks into any bar in the Caribbean and he ain't paying for a drink, cousin. Period. You know what I'm saying? He's not paying for a meal. That's when you reach that kind of stature. You're pretty much a living legend.
Now I know people are gonna be saying, well, about Michael Holding, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, but he's not most recent. Gabe's asking about recent. The most recent. I think the closest thing's got to be John Campbell, baby. It's got to be.
Why? Why do you do it to me? See, you forced me to besmirch the name of John Campbell. You know what? I'm in a good mood, so I'm not going to do it today. Not going to do it today.
What?
Just saying, I'm pretty sure John Campbell has to pay for his meals everywhere in the Caribbean. I'm just saying. Yeah, they might charge him extra.
I knew if I gave you the forbidden fruit, you had no choice but to eat. All right. So we're going to go ahead and check out this request. This request from Dr. Jihan, Patreon supporter, viewer, subscriber, all of the above. And, you know, this guy, he's an Australia fan, but he loves himself some West Indies as well, and he loves himself this innings that we're going to be reacting to that Robo Linda's put together for us on a longer video. And basically says this is after West Indies lost the first match, this first test in this series, and they got bowled out for 50 in the fourth innings in the first match. Ooh. And then this is the last session. They started off the session 30 for 4 in the final section in this match. And then in comes Brian Lara. So the stage is set. West Indies is desperate. And I believe after this was the Barbados rescue from Brian Lara as well. So he had quite a series here. We're going to go ahead and check this out. If you're excited for it, please do us a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, the red button until it turns gray. We appreciate it. Hit notification bell as well. And also let us know what you would like us to react to next time here on Cricket Tuesday on Cricket for Americans. With all that being said, you ready to check this out?
You know it.
The left-handed bat in 3, 2, 1.
He's a good-looking dude, bro. Kind of looks like me. How you doing?
Yeah, I can't see the resemblance for that reason.
After this, Lara on strike for his first ball. Right on line, and he clips it away brilliantly towards fine leg.
Imagine if they had a slip on that side, right?
You see, but that, you saw the footwork on that, bro? He almost like hopped out of the way and just.
Oh, look at that. Is that a replay? Oh, he tried to get lazy with the foot. Come on, man.
His feet are so quick, Nick.
Well, he's pushing it right there where there's a gap, too.
Yeah, no, exactly.
He's
he knows where the fielders are at. So he's like, okay, I'm just going to push it this way.
He was allowing that seam to work with him. Like, here you go. Just go that way. Oh. Did you see where his front foot was? Ooh. That was almost on the opposite side up to his chin, for crying out loud. Oh, Buckner. Uh-oh. He's got to compete against the the Australians and the Buckner.
Oh, my.
Jeez. Look at that. Look at that ground. It's so uneven. It's slowing it down, but it still gets out there.
Just acknowledges to Brian Lara that he's sorry, and all in readiness for McGill's.
Yeah, he better be sorry. Oh.
Oh! Apologize to that.
Still sorry. Ooh.
Hold that, cousin.
That was a thing of beauty right there.
That's impressive.
Oh man, he just.
And for a little
dude,
dude,
do with it.
He's got so much power.
That was a little bit of a full toss too.
Kind of like Nicholas Perron, you know what I mean, dude? Smaller dude.
That was almost like a position player throwing a curveball right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, right off the bounce. Wow, look at that shot right there. Jeez Louise.
Nick, but watch his feet. He's never stuck in the crease. I dare say he's got some of the best footwork, just period.
Well put away.
But he doesn't just do it every time, wasted a foot movement. That time he's like, you're going to come at me? Bye. He loves himself a full toss.
So he goes into double figures.
We need to get an ice pack for this umpire. Keep doing the 4-wave.
It's a long way, just going pretty straight, not as much spin.
There you go. Hit it where they ain't.
For a second, even on McGraw's throw, and 2 runs to Lara, bringing up his second half century in 3 innings in the series.
Wow.
That's kind of the name of the game, right? Hit it where they're not.
Around this ground, there were fears that he would receive a rather hostile reception after what happened in South Africa. It's not been the case at all. Those fears have not materialized. He got a good reception yesterday, and now a very warm.
See what I'm saying? Like that ball actually deceived him at first because he was moving in, and then his feet are so quick he was able to move out and then crush it.
Yeah.
Short and pulled away. It'll go all the way for 4.
He's almost like a quarterback with his movement. Like he's moving his feet almost constantly until he gets to the position where the ball comes to him.
Yes, definitely.
He's hoisted up.
Oh, bye.
Into the mound stand. A superb shot from Lara for 6. Now there's the first time.
Sorry, Shane Warne.
He's got the maximum of the last.
I know that's a name brand right there, bro.
126 for 4.
Oh man.
That's a lovely shot for 4.
See how far on the leg side that ball was? Jeez. Oh.
No ball, smacked it down to the long boundary for 4 runs.
10 dribbler there. Counts as 4. Pace action.
Banged away through the
It's not just his footwork too, but it's also like his shoulders and his hips. Like he's hopping up when he needs to get his bat in the right position. He uses all of his faculties.
Oh no, definitely.
To reach that figure.
I mean, he swings with authority. You know what I mean? Some guys just try to place the ball. He swings the ball. He swings the bat with authority.
Beautifully struck by Lara, but right through the field it was traveling. Another boundary for Lara, carries it to 84.
He adjusts to the ball very nicely.
Oh, that.
So his front foot was well down the pitch. That's where it struck him. Playing forward.
Yeah, that was
Was that a missed call?
Last one. Oh, that looks like a wicket to me.
I was gonna say that looks like a wicket to me, bro. That's a missed call. That's LBW right there. Bill Buckner at his best.
What'd I tell you?
Bill Buckner at his best. He giveth and he take it away.
Too short to bother Lara in this mood. He's moved on to 88.
That often happens when a bowler feels convinced.
Just let that ball keep moving, Now it'll hit you.
Not concentrating as he should be.
That's
on the
6.
next
That should be.
As he's coming into bowl, his mind's on the last one.
Oh man!
That'll go for another 4.
Wow, that was so close to the ground. That was,
Into the 90s.
I guess you technically call it a Yorker, but it's not really close to his foot at all. It's farther away on the offside, but on the off stump. But he just caught out the bounce right away. That one's more just hip. Got the quick running going on.
So Steve Buckner has called for the third umpire. The crowd has been invaded, but we don't know.
Not close, Buckner. It's not close.
Of course it's Bill Buckner, bro. He got to check. He's like, let me get it right. He knows he already blew a call.
Celebration.
Everybody on the field, they don't allow that to happen anymore.
What a risky single.
You storm a field these days, unless it's college football or something, and you're going to get a fine, my man.
Understandable, but uncalled for.
Well, it's a bit of stupidity, David, isn't it? I mean, they're really knocking him around there. You can see the concern on the players' faces there. It's not over that. They're just wondering whether he's out or not. They're celebrating, hopefully.
They
saw him take a silly single, just one over beforehand. And
They
almost
just
got one
bombarded
this
him.
time. The throw was direct.
He looks like he's over, like,
Walsh is coming out there.
did they hurt him or something? Looks tired or
What's the
something?
teammates say? I think he's just tired,
Brian
man.
Lara doesn't look too well either.
No.
It looked like he got hit from pillar to post. And this is the run on 99, picked up by Justin Langer.
Great athletic play there by the
Throws in one extra
Philly that said
piece
Justin
That was
Langer
done
right
like
there.
a shortstop.
And
Yeah.
Bounce and
He's
he
good.
may have just
grounded.
made it.
Yep.
Well, if you can't
Buckner's in the
Yes,
way,
obviously
but
that's,
he's good.
the only shot.
What's sad is Bill Buckner's that close and still blew the call. He needed the. He needed the.
Need help.
You're right there.
But you know, I think he was looking more at the ball and not looking at the footwork of the batsman.
There's been a drought. There's been 7 test matches.
See, if he was
since
grounded, yeah, I see what you're
West
saying.
Indian has made a century. He was under enormous pressure in this match. He was given a 2-match probationary period as
Oh
captain.
yeah, enormous
He
pressure.
served one last test. He got humiliated.
Comes here for a
and
century.
He has
He looks exhausted. Give that guy some water.
and played an absolutely sensational test match innings. The applause of the Australian players as well. He acknowledges the huge crowd here at Sabina Park. And what a relief for the champion from Trinidad. Spoiled only by
Good
the
thing
idiots
that's not
around the
Rahani
pitch.
running over there.
So Adams with
He
60,
said,
but it's Lara
spoiled
in strike
only
now
by
with
the
free off
idiots around the
previous-
pitch.
Last ball of the previous over now.
Oh!
Magnificent hit. Very similar to the one he had earlier off Shane
Go get my
Warne. This
ball.
goes all the way for 6 as well.
Whew.
And there he goes again.
Jeez.
That's another one.
Is that back to back?
In full flow. His third 6.
And belly to
his
belly.
second in succession. He's now moved on to 143. Beautiful use of the feet, full flow of the bat, and the certainty of another 6.
On the roof?
150 not out. Well played.
150
by the
not
West
out.
Indian
Ooh.
captain. And the little milestones continue to come for him. And those teammates are going to get sick and tired of standing up and down and clapping.
They gotta get
No,
sick
you
of
keep
that
getting
better.
those accolades. We're going to keep standing and clapping,
Certainly
bub.
the crowd's not getting sick of it.
No.
Great stance for Brian Lara. He's very relaxed at the crease. Very settled over the bat. And is able to put it through for 4.
Wow.
Jeez. You got all the men on that side, he still finds a hole.
And he found a hole, bro. He literally edged it that way. That's sick.
And he is dishing
Yeah.
out some of his own by way of his bat. Well played by Lara.
Oh, man. That was almost statuesque right there. His form hitting that ball.
Glenn McGrath can only shake his head and wonder.
Glenn
Yeah.
It's been
McGrath.
a long haul for these two. But
Young Glenn
at
McGrath.
this stage, they really need to concentrate to make sure that they go through the entire day.
Oh my gosh.
23 miles an hour. And short.
It seems like he's able to read the ball really, really well right out of the bowler's hands. And he's able to adjust exactly how low or how high he wants to move his shoulders so he can be in that perfect positioning.
Like that.
But you can see him literally making the reaction just seconds after the ball comes out of the hands. Look at that, right there. He's just seeing it so well.
His hands
Much
are
too
super
slow to the
fast,
bowling shot.
lightning quick.
And over
Oh,
the
yeah.
top, and that'll go to the boundary as well.
Quick arms, quick wrists.
Consecutive boundaries.
Right, the bar
And that's
sign.
26th boundary for Brian Lara. 26-4.
26 boundaries. Wow.
3 sixes.
So it's been 307 runs since the last wicket fell. Of course, Pedro Collins had a bit to play in this. It's not a partnership of 307 between Lara and Jimmy Adams, but 307 runs since the last wicket.
Wow.
Man alive. 34 for 4.
And
Or
Lara
30
decides
for
to go
4.
to the top.
Oh, wow.
So this could be the third boundary in a row. That is the third boundary in a row.
This is a test match, Gabe.
I'm sitting here like just in awe,
It
bro.
looked very easy at this stage now, Brian Lara.
He does make it look very easy. And to your point, in that time, he kept his base very solid and just, oh, I'm gonna dispatch this for 4.
Shot, but this time in front
Like,
of square.
he's just not a one-dimensional
9-5
player.
to Brian Lara. They are dispatched all
Not at all.
over the ground.
And that is a lovely shot.
Wow. That's such a good shot right there.
Lara goes to
Seeing it straight back to the bowler.
Straight drive like that.
That's some serious control.
4 fours in a row. And just to take you to task, Michael, they're not quite dispatched all over the ground. Not a
Double
long
century.
one anyway.
Double ton.
And I was wrong again with my prediction this morning. I said Brian Lara would get 100. Well, it might be a bit more than that.
So the end
And
of
he's
the
not
inning.
really getting froggy either, except for that one ball that he ran on to get to his 100. He's been very froggy-less. Very calm.
Very
Oh, he
calm.
doesn't have a double century yet. 199.
199 not out. 4 consecutive 4s in that over. 349 for 4.
400 minutes? Jeez,
400.
I don't think he'll take a short signal like he did 100 runs ago.
that's 7 hours by my math.
There it is.
There it is.
He's whipped it past mid-on, and Matthew Elliott's got to beat a lot of people helping him field the ball. So the umpire will give him 4 runs.
Here they come again.
Oh my gosh.
Leave him alone. He's exhausted.
Players that you feel for. You got idiots lying on the pitch. And
Wow,
this
wow,
is
wow, wow.
a slur on the game of cricket. It's a slur on the supporters here, both Australian and local
Let the
supporters.
man rest.
Where's security,
We
man?
know that it's a great moment.
My
But if
God.
the
You
people
knew
are
that was
feeling
going to
it,
happen,
supporters,
too.
They would allow Brian Lara to enjoy the moment in peace and afford him the applause and the space that he so thoroughly deserves on the ground. So we have to check, did the umpire signal 4? Or has Brian Lara
2.
only received 2 runs for that shot?
Well, he should have received at least
So
3
Brian
because he
Lara
went back and
emerges now
forth
for the
3
change
times.
rooms. He obviously went into the change rooms while all that was happening. Ian Healy is just in front of him, so we can assume
Wow,
that
they only
both
gave him
those
2.
men
They only gave him
went
2?
from the
Wow.
ground as quickly as
Highway
possible.
He had already ran back for the 3rd one.
That's what I saw.
So Brian Lara, 2 runs for that shot because a spectator jumped the fence and fielded the ball and threw it back to Matthew.
Oh, a spectator got in the way, Gabe.
Wow.
Got the ball.
That is
Fielded the ball. My God.
That is bananas. That is bananas. Now imagine if they had, instead of giving him, let's say he was missing 3 runs and they only give him 2 and it's 199, and then he goes out on the next ball. Oh, spectator. Oh, spectator. Can't believe that happened. Nick, so many thoughts there upon watching this video. And the first is, you know, we compare baseball and cricket a lot. And this is the first time just really analyzing. I was looking at two batters the other day, and it was Andre Russell. Oh, and he had a partnership going with was it Billings? Is Billings the wicketkeeper for KKR? I think it is in the IPL.
He was at the beginning of the season.
He was there the other day in the match. In any event, you've got Andre Russell, Andre the Muscle Russell, right? Just dude, blasting sixes, blasting fours, straight power. And then you've got Billings, who's more of a finesse player, right? Who's able to place the ball wherever he wants to. And then you've got guys with the quick wrist. I love me some Sky. That's why, to me, Sky's one of the best in the business. But we don't pay enough of attention to the feet. And I was listening to the announcer talk about the other day how so many players get stuck in their crease. And that's why you see so many LBWs, because they cannot get their feet out of their way because they're, you know what I mean? You're set. You're and think about baseball. Your foundation is set. You want a quiet foundation, and you explode. You use your legs. You want them set because that's where your power comes from. Your lower legs, your hips. That's why Dhoni's hips look like tree trunks. You can tell that when Dhoni hits a ball, it's going to go a long way because he's got that really solid base and foundation. But I don't think I've seen another batter move their feet as much as Brian Lara, bro. Like, he does not get stuck in the crease, and he's able to, like, almost put power into a shot even when his foundation isn't solid. And that's a very hard thing to do. You got to have a lot of upper body strength in order to do that. So I was really just watching how many times there were great deliveries, great balls there by Shane Warren, McGraw and company. And he would just like, oh, wait, he's about to get me. Let me, shuffle my feet and let me just go ahead and defend, or let me go ahead and play this for two where, on the onside or the offside where somebody's not at. Let me go ahead and edge this ball. And he's just a technician out there. He was an absolute technician.
They're playing against arguably one of the most dominant sides in that era of all time, right? I mean, a formidable foe. And you want to show up for the fans when you're at home. And I'm assuming they were in the West Indies. I'm assuming.
Right.
And so not only did they get destroyed, basically in the first match, but now they have this one and they're already down 30-4. That reminds me to a certain degree of the Capel Dev 175, right? Not exactly the same type of situation, but pretty close. Like, here we go again. We got bowled out for 50 in the previous match. And he's able to come in. And not just as he gets things, he's batting like it's not Test. He's like a Savog out there in that kind of style, just super, super, super fast. And granted, we're seeing like it highlighted, right?
Right.
It said 400 minutes or some, crying out loud. 300 balls this guy saw. I'm not saying that he got a century in like 20 balls, but my point is he was not reckless, but he wasn't also too conservative. He was seeing the shots. The ball must have been as big as a grapefruit or something like that, because he was seeing the ball very well. It's like he saw it right out of the hands of whether it was a pace bowler or the spin bowler. It seemed like you really, really liked those full tosses, for crying out loud. Those are probably the worst balls that were given to him out of all of those. But with his footwork, with his use of his shoulders and his hips, he's able to put himself in the best position and hit it to all parts. That's what I noticed. He was hitting it to all different parts, wherever the fielder wasn't. There was one shot that he hit that could have been easily caught if there was a fielder in the vicinity. So he was able to be very selective, and he didn't get too froggy with it. Sorry, Rashad Pomp, but this is your biggest, problem right now. He didn't get too froggy once he got a 6 or once he got a 4. He took the next 4 or 6 if it was there. If it wasn't, dot ball, defend, whatever it is. That was the most impressive thing, is that he was able to be extremely patient. And it looked like it was hot out there. And you got the fans coming in and distracting. That was really impressive. Now, as far as I know, West Indies went on to win this match. So that's the ultimate thing right there. Can your performance put us over the top and save us from a disastrous start, which is what it did? That's what really impressed me.
going back to what you mentioned, big moments, this is against Australia. And this is against Australia that's got, this is the golden era, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got talking about Shane Warne, McGraw. You got some of the best in the world out there. And they didn't have an answer for him. And it's because he's going to take whatever they give them. So many batters nowadays, and it's the same thing in baseball, they literally get themselves out because they're stubborn and, okay, I'm going to try to, whatever, in baseball, for instance, I'm trying to pull you. Well, the batter knows that. I mean, the pitcher knows that in baseball. So he's good. Oh, you're going to try to pull me. I'm going to pitch you outside so that you can either swing through it or pop it up, make weak contact. And I was watching, I want to say, who was doing it the other day? It was it Muhammad Shami or Bhuvi? One of the two. And they threw like 2-3 consecutive wides, right, Nick? And you're thinking to yourself, what are you doing? Guess what? On the fourth wide, here comes the batter that move over to the crease, but they get stuck. So what they end up doing is their feet are stuck in the crease, and they end up reaching. And what happens? You pop it up in the air, weak contact. There's a wicket. All right. Now, if you're able to, like with Brian Lara did, move your feet so quickly that you're all over, you're literally across the stumps. It's no longer a wide, and you can go attack that ball. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead. And I know, guys, in tests, there's no wides. I get that. But what I'm saying is the mentality of being able to get to that ball without reaching your arms out, because now if you reach your arms out, you're done. Your power's gone, right? You've got to come with your whole body, and that's what he's able to do with his feet. So it was very impressive. Let me know in the chat, guys. I'm sure there's other guys we're missing. Right now that I could think of, it's been a while, but Coley, when we first started watching, he moved his feet pretty good. And it's usually the slider guys, right? You're not going to have an Andre Russell or a Pollard or, these big dudes that are, come on, the lighter you are, the easier it is to move those feet around. If you rocking 230, 240, cousin, okay, I'm being a little, what do you say? I'm being a little generous there with the weight. Some of these guys are bigger than that.
Oh, wow.
But you don't think, bro? You don't see the yokeness? Come on, Pollard's got to be 250 plus, cousin.
The yokeness, I love it.
He's yoked. But when you're that big, it's hard to move your feet and lumber all that muscle around. So usually it's the smaller guys, the slider guys, that can do that. Again, to me, I think that's why I really like the young Indian batsman. And I know he hasn't had the best season this year, but if you watch Shubman Gill, he does a lot of moving on the crease. And I mean, he fell into some bad habits and went from, let me just try to take my fours and, my twos and run a lot to I'm trying to hit boundaries all the time. And that's when you get yourself in trouble. You notice that for what he scored, 200 runs, he only had 3 sixes, Nick. 3 sixes. So to your point, he's not just trying to slug. You to be out there. What was it? 3-4 hours because it was 400 plus minutes. You got to be able to take your singles.
Like 7 hours.
Matter of fact, didn't he get his century on a single? You got to take your singles. Yeah. You got to take
on
your
a very dangerous single that he took. Yeah.
West Indies, are you listening to what I'm saying? You got to take your singles. You got to take your twos. Part of the biggest issue we got right now is that you got 50 dudes trying to hit boundary after boundary after boundary. They don't think they're Pollard and Russell. All right. Either than the law firm. The law firm could do what he wants. But you know what I'm saying? They like, yo, guys, play a little smaller. And to your point, even Rashid Pant, man, one of his weaknesses in his games, man, his eyes get big. He'll hit a 4 or 6 and he'll get high, and then he's trying to hit everything over the move. Yeah. Rotate the strike. All right. Take the singles, take the twos, take the threes. I think that's missing in the game of both tests and just in cricket in general. We don't see enough of that running. Even in T20, Nick, if you were to run out every ball, think about it. If you got at least 1 or 2 on every ball, bro, you're going to put up a respectable score. But guys are getting themselves out on a duck because they're swinging for the fences. David Warner today. And go out on a platinum duck. What are you doing? At least set yourself. You're an opener. At least set yourself. Gosh.
It could be worse. It could be in King Williamson the other day trying to do the sweep or reverse sweep and swinging and missing.
Oh.
When you're in that kind of form, what in the world was that, for crying out loud? Now, don't get too excited because I think he had something like 34s, all right? So there still was quite a few singles in there. This guy was scoring some runs. It was impressive, and I like the story behind it. I like the context that Jahan gave us. So appreciate that. Appreciate the request. If you got a special request for us, this is a longer video, but it's a great video to watch. Let us know. We'll get to it next time. With that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
That's 6 runs.